you know, this is one of the main reasons really why we have considered coming back. 2.5 years ago, me and my family has made a very brave move and shifted from the UK to India. And just the last week, I dropped a bombshell of a video saying that we have said the goodbyes to India and are now back in the UK. And a lot of you have been questioning our reasons behind why. There is no one, but a few reasons which has led us to decide to come back to the UK. And in today's video, I'm going to try to explain why. And also stay tuned for the last reason, because it may be just a little bit more unexpected to what you expected. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video. First things first, what I wanted to say is that the reason behind our move isn't as simple as one country is better than the other. Because the truth is, what might be good here is not necessarily good in India, and what's good in India may not necessarily be good here in the UK. So therefore, I will just dive into the first reason, which will be the longest one of them, which is the factor of many different little things that has come to make us decide that we prefer to stay in the UK. Now, there are good things in India, which for example is private education for the children, the matter of us having a help in the house from time to time, not always, but most of the times we did have a help in the house, so we didn't have to clean ourselves. The cost of living is fairly cheap. The traveling is really inexpensive. We stayed in some beautiful properties, 5-star properties, for the fraction of the price to what we would have paid for it in the UK or anywhere else around the world really. And the service is top notch as well. The weather is mostly very, very nice, sometimes a tad too hot, but compared to the UK weather, where just as today is very cloudy, raining and not very pleasant. However, when we came back, we did end up having a few of the very, very nice and warm days, which is nice. We did get to experience a little bit of a hot English summer. It wasn't as hot as in India, but it's a different type of climate, right? In India, their lifestyle is very laid back, and because most people do their own thing, or women usually stay at home and men go to work and they do their own businesses, they tend to have a lot of social time. And it's actually the people that made us connect with the country just as much as we did. We've left behind so many good friendships, so many good people that we connected with, so many bad as well. But I'm going to concentrate on the good thing in this video. So this is the memories that we built with people, the connections that we've made that we definitely will miss. And we already feel like we have left such a big chunk of our soul behind just because we left such good people behind. Nevertheless, thanks to the phones and the internet, we can connect on video calls and stay in touch. This is not the same as a physical contact, but at least it is much better to what it was back in the days when we had to send letters and maybe just a call. Nowadays, we can actually see each other. I also enjoyed a lot Swiggy deliveries, guys. Here I have to go to the grocery shop and do my own shopping pretty much every other day or third day. And the shopping costs a lot because the products here are very, very expensive, but the ingredients are a little bit higher standard to what you get them in India. That's what I found. And guys, please be mindful with this video. I'm not going to try to discredit any of the countries. I'm simply giving you my opinion and how we felt about certain things here and there, and none of it is to aim to upset any of you, to aim to hurt any of you. And some of you already commented on my video that, oh, you only came to India to gain views. Really, would someone bother shifting the whole family just to gain views? No, our reason for leaving in the first place, living in the UK, was because we wanted to try it out. We wanted to see how our life is going to be in India. We had such a hectic life here in England before, and we thought we have to take a break while the children are so young and so willing to travel with us and discover the world. We wanted to do it while they were still young. And we don't regret that part, but it just became apparent to us that we are going to be better off to be in the UK. And again, I'm going to deep dive into the more reasons as to why. Another things that I really miss is UPI. So here when you go shopping, you usually have to have your physical card or Apple Pay. But whenever you go into like a corner shop or market, you do have to carry cash. Yeah, you can't really make a UPI payment to someone that stands in the market and sells things to you. Whereas in India, UPI is very easily accessible. And it is with Uber and rickshaw as well. It is so inexpensive there that even if we didn't have a car, to travel around was not bad. But here in England, you have to have a car because buses are not cheap. It's much more expensive to it is to travel in Uber in India. On top of that, if you book Uber and you go to London or even short distance away, you're down by 15-20 pounds, which is like 2,000-3,000 rupees. The culture of India, which we have managed to experience, is something that I will never forget. There were so many festivals that we took part in, from Independence Day through to Holi, Diwali, and all other beautiful celebrations that we were part of. And Garba, I remember Garba so much. And I have documented all of it in my channel. So I really invite you guys to come and maybe watch some of those videos back. Coming back to the UK, what's good in here is infrastructure. We love that there is such a organized traffic, nobody pushes in, everyone follows the rules. Most people follow the rules, but if you don't, you get fined. So police is not corrupted. They would never come approach you for a fine. There are camera systems here everywhere, so they can always track you down and see if you have done something wrong. You would be probably recorded somewhere on a camera. So yeah, the infrastructure is great. The roads are very well developed, and the standard of living in general is much higher to what it is in India. The hot water, for example, this is one of the simple things. I used to wash dishes in India in a cold water by hands, or my maid used to come and do it for me. Here I have to do it by myself. I have access to dishwasher, which obviously I could buy in India, but we were renting out. I have a hot water instantly running in my tap because the central heating allows for boiler to heat up the water in instant. And the same goes for shower. If I go to shower, I don't have to wait for the geyser to heat up so that I can have a hot water running for me. The availability of quality food. So what we found is that in England, the standard of the food is very highly regulated. So you have to have a good ingredients delivered to you. Despite us living in Heathrow Airport area, the air quality here is much better to what it is in many places in India. Say the air quality was very good, though the air quality in Indore, which is where we were staying, was very good. There is a lot of park here in England, which is what I often do when the weather permits. Me and family, we go out literally a few roads down the block, and we have a beautiful park for the children to go and roam around, and they can swing, they can slide, they can do lots of fun activities outside for free. And instead of us going around the block, which is what we used to do in Indore, here you can just go and walk because there's pavements everywhere. It's safe on the road. You will never be approached by a wild dog because there's no stray dogs on the street. There is no stray animals, and the roads are clearly marked. Accidents do happen, obviously, but it is not as likely to happen here in the UK because everyone goes by the rules and drives safely. Safety is another thing. I must say that I've never had an incident in India where I felt unsafe or in any way endangered in terms of my personal safety. However, when it comes to the road, obviously here in England, because things are so organized, it is much safer on the road. Also, I wanted to comment on the police. Here in England, when something happens, you are bound to call police because police is there to help you. I feel a lot of people in India, and it's never happened to me that I had to call the police, but here in India, people often say to try to sort out by yourself and not to call police and get police involved for various reasons. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but those that are watching this from India, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's also far less scams here in the UK. Me as a foreigner going anywhere, I'll pay exactly the same price as anyone living in the UK having British passport. Whereas in India, that's not quite the case. If I go as a foreigner, ask the rickshaw driver, they will likely to charge me more. Ask the person selling vegetables, they are likely to charge me more. Go to places where the visitors come. Because I'm a visitor from the UK or from abroad, I will likely pay higher price. This is not a scam, but I'm saying that as a foreigner, you're likely to get charged much higher price, which ultimately means that they're being just unfair because you are a foreigner. There is also a fair system here in the UK when it comes to opening the companies, when it comes to applying for schools. Everyone gets treated the same. despite of your social economic status. And also here in the UK is where we have our house, which means that our accommodation, our place that we live is actually ours. It belongs to us. We have left 2.5 years ago. We rented our house out, and just 3 months ago we came actually back to the UK, and I have posted a video where I explained that our house has been wrecked by the tenants. Nevertheless, while we were out, this was providing us some sort of income where we could then utilize this to stay and sustain our life back in India. And now that we're back, we're having our house back, which is lovely. We've got a big 4-bedroom detached house, whereas in Indore in India, we were having 4-bedroom flat, which was big, which was pretty much the same size as our house, just on one level. We didn't have a garden, which is a lovely thing to have, especially when the weather is nice. Kids love playing in the garden, they can always go, but they don't have friends to play with because around us there isn't many young kids. Whereas in Indore, there was always someone coming around our house, or our kids would go and play with somebody else outside or in their house. They had better social life there, definitely, to what they have here. So this was the first reason. The longest so far, I promise you, is gonna get quicker from now. The reason number 2 is that me and my husband couldn't really find much of a paid opportunities. Now, I know that when we moved to India, we have explained that we're not going there to look for work. However, we were looking for opportunities, especially my husband. He was looking for opportunities to start some business and to open something up there in India. And despite his effort, because of many reasons, he wasn't able to. And he decided at the end of it, or towards the end, towards second year, that he's not going to even try anymore, because it just seemed unsustainable, and I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't the way he wanted to deal with a business. He wasn't comfortable dealing with things the way that things are dealt with in India, if you know what I mean. I also tried looking for a job, and a similar type of job to what I used to do in England, which is accounts, would pay me probably 20-30% of the price of the money that I used to make in England for double amount of work. What I mean is that the work-life balance in India, what I've noticed in the offices, is non-existent. People work from early hours of the morning till late hours in the evening. They often take work home as well. And on top of that, they work Saturdays, and often they have to also do some work on Sundays. This is what I've noticed within the people that we've met, that we've come across, that do kind of corporate office jobs. So coming back here into the UK, I know I will find a job. I will find a job which will pay fairly, which will mean that I will have fair work-life balance as well, and I will be able to sustain the whole family's living had I had to. While my husband can do, whatever he needs to do. So yeah, that is the situation which we were facing. And obviously I was trying to grow a YouTube channel, which has happened. I have managed to grow my channel from, I think I had 13,000 subscribers when I came to India. And now I have 77,000 subscribers, which is great. My channel has grew. Nevertheless, it still isn't providing me with enough income to sustain myself and my living. Therefore, I am looking now to get a job, because I just don't make enough money off YouTube. And for those who think that, wow, she's got 77,000 subscribers, she must be minted, that's not the case, guys. It is all depending on the views. And if you look at my views recently, I don't get that much, and you get paid for the views, not for the subscribers. So I would like you guys to like my videos and to hype it up. You can now hype up the videos if you like, which helps then to further show the algorithm that the video is likable, and then it promotes it to further audience. But it's all up to you guys. If you enjoy my video and if you like it enough, then the YouTube then gets that information from the engagement that you guys give me and promotes these videos further. That way I get some kind of money return for what I do. And it's not that I do that for money, but ultimately I just felt at some point that it just wasn't worth my time to do something for such a little reward that YouTube is giving me. Nevertheless, I got a really nice library of the videos and documented the whole journey that we've been in India and prior to India and post our Indian experience. And I really appreciate, guys, if you have subscribed to my channel at this point. Let me just throw this in, guys. If you like my videos, I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel. Do it now. Thanks. So the reason number one and primary reason, which is our family was split. So a few months back, I have posted on my channel a video, very emotional video, where my daughter decided to leave India and move back into the UK, which is what happened. And for the last few months, we have been separated as a family. She was in the UK, after which she then went to Poland, and we stayed back in India. We did come and visit her in Poland for some time, but ultimately our family was separated. And Angie really needed us. Like, she's a teenager and she's starting her A-levels. She's very motivated and really driven to study. And we thought that we're better off being together than to be separated. You know, this is one of the main reasons really why we have considered coming back. It is very challenging to live separate, and I know eventually this is going to happen. It is a natural course for their children to grow up and fly out the nest, but she's only 16, and it was unfair that when we came she was only 14 and maybe she didn't feel like she could settle in India because she was brought up in the UK. So therefore, you know, we ultimately decided this was kind of the main reason which pushed us to come to the UK. And some of you has gathered that, some of you has commented on my channel to say that I think you have done that because of your family. You're absolutely right. I always say that my heart is where my family is, and wherever my children are, I want to be together. I really did not enjoy the time where she wasn't with us, and now that we are all together, I'm much happier. And you know, wherever we are together, we're stronger for it. And as a family, that's how we want to prosper. So, enough of me blabbering about. I hope you guys enjoyed our journey in India. And I know that many of you that is watching this video is probably from the time that they joined us, from the time that we started posting the vlogs from India. And I appreciate that you're still here. And I really hope you stay with us. I will be posting the videos, maybe not as regular as I used to in India, because we used to travel a lot. So I had a lot of content to post. Now that I'm looking for work, I'm hoping to get back into employment soon. I want to be still active on YouTube, but I'm definitely not going to be as active as I used to be. Nevertheless, I'll keep you guys updated on the information that, you know, that I feel are relevant to share. We recently just bought a car, so I want to share this with you as well. The journey that we went through looking for a car, what kind of car we chose, and yeah, hopefully soon I'm going to find a job, so I'm going to talk about that as well a little bit. My husband's also trying to set up something, so yeah, if you're asking for what is he going to do, once we have figured out what he's going to do exactly, then I'm sure to be posting about that. He's not getting back into transport, that's for sure. But yeah, if you're still willing to get a consultation with us, we're still open to speak to anyone who would like to speak to us, because we can still help you out. We still got a lot of knowledge about how to do it. If you need any help with doing YouTube, I can also help you with that. I mean, guys, whatever you need help from us, whenever you need anything that you think we could help you out with, please reach me out. My email address is right at the bottom of this video. And also, I really invite you to see the extended library of the videos that we have from India. We've seen beautiful places, 10 states in India. India is a beautiful place to travel, and we've had so many good memories from it. I will never forget it. I will forever cherish, and India has connected me spiritually to the level that I've never been connected. I've become a yoga instructor in India. We've traveled so much, and we've met so many beautiful and wonderful people that this is something that I will forever cherish. And for that, I am very grateful to be able to have experienced what I have experienced in India. But nevertheless, this journey has ended. And on a good note, we have made so many connections that now we will continue with visiting India once every so while. And our children have definitely grown in India as well. And my boys are still having tuitions and music lessons from the teachers in India, because we've met such good teachers there that we'll continue benefiting from having the tuitions with them. God knows what the future holds, you know? We'll keep you posted about that. If you're interested to seeing any more from us, I invite you to watch any of the next videos.